One of the founding members of Houston, Texas rap group the Geto Boys, Bushwick Bill, is in the Red Velvet Cake Studios this morning in Dallas. What up, Bill?
Yay! Greetings and salutations. What's going on with you, Brother Tom?
I'm doing good. How are you feeling?
Well, it's hard to explain how cancer feels, but every day above ground's a good day, and I'm just fighting the frame of cancer against its rumors, lies, and allegations that it's going to kill me, because I'm just going to fight it. I think in life, really, you just have to fight. Because, I was pronounced dead June 19th, 1991 at 4:31 in the morning, dead.
Yeah, we heard that in the song.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I was toe tagged and put in the morgue, and then came to because I had to urinate, and it's like now years later, it's pancreatic cancer. I just really think that God has placed me in a position where He could remove all doubts from people, because He said He takes the foolish things of this world to confound the wise, and nothing is more foolish than my existence, actually.
Wow.
Scarface was on the cruise and he said, I brought the little man with me and he's suffering from pancreatic cancer. He's stage 4. And everybody around us said, oh.
Yeah.
When were you diagnosed?
They told me that I have cancer, but they couldn't give it a number.
Mm-hmm.
So it all started from December 28th.
Of this
You know
past
what I mean?
year?
Yeah, my daughter Aaliyah and my daughter Delmera was like, Dad, your eyes turning yellow. I'm like, I have allergies. It's like, don't worry about it. We were supposed to go do this dog rescue the next day. So I'm like, let's just go do the dog rescue. Already did the feed the homeless the week before. Because that's the kind of stuff my kids like to do, so it's pretty cool. Right? So
Bless their heart.
So they're like, let's skip that and just go to the doctor and see what they say. And they kept me.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the doctor told me if I wouldn't have went in on the 28th and planned on going in after the New Year's, I would have just made the New Year's celebration but not lived this year.
But you had gone to the doctor before and they misdiagnosed it?
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. They said they saw the mass. They've been seeing it for over 3 years, but it was benign. That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? And then by the time it's noticeable, it's stage 4 and spreading. So it's stage 4. See, the complete diagnosis is like this, right? From I went in with acute cirrhosis of the liver, acute appendicitis, and bladder failure. That was my first introduction to the hospital. They fixed all of that, and then they're like, there's this mass on your pancreas. We don't really understand it. We're going to go in and take samples. So that took about 2 weeks that I'm doing that. Just every other day they're going in and taking samples and still can't tell me what it is. So by this time now, let's just say it's January 26th. So I'm like, okay, you were telling me it's a mass. You're not telling me what it is, but you said my liver is a beautiful muscle that could rebuild itself. I'm like, okay, cool. So what's going on? It's like, we're still checking. You have to come back in for 3 days. We're going to run another test, and we're going to take more blood work. So it went from that to March 18th when they're saying it's cancer. Right? I'm saying, okay, you already told me that. It's like, no, it's pancreatic cancer, and it's stage 4, and we have to run some more tests now to see where else in your body it is, because we didn't realize that it's on the verge of being malignant. That's the first conversation. Right? So we go from March 18th now all the way to March 20th, and they're like, okay, we have to start aggressive chemo. On the 23rd, you have to come in. We have to set you up. So I came in, and I'm like, okay, where do I go do the chemo at? They was like, oh, your insurance paid their part, but you got to come back with $3,100 in order for we to even start the chemo. I'm like, seriously, you can't just start it right now and then I go get the check and bring it to you when you're done? Like, no, we can't do nothing at all, sir. It really hurts our heart to know that you're going to die if we don't do this for you, but there's nothing we could do. Now, so mind you, all this time, Scarface Willie D don't know anything. Nobody knows anything except for my dad, who's going with me to the doctor, and my sisters.
This is March.
And this is in March, and my sisters and my daughters who are helping me with this. My son didn't even know. So, you know what I mean? So it's
when did you tell him? In April? When
Yeah.
you came on the
Right.
the ship?
So right before I got on that ship, they was telling me that, okay, now that you paid us, we could start the chemo now. But I showed up at the office like at 4:00 and they closed at 4:30. I'm like, I told you I'll be back with the money. Well, here's the money. There's like, you got to come back in tomorrow or make an appointment for 3 days later. So it was just a whole funny experience,
the
right?
system is
So,
really something.
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
right before I get on the boat is when I find out that they saw spots in my liver, and they see spots in my lungs now. So from the moment they explained that to me, I'm on my third record, because if nothing else, right, I notice a lot of celebrities pass, and they've lived a great life as a celebrity, but their families are not celebrities. Their families not them. Their kids are not them, and I don't see why old records or anything old about you or anything that's nostalgic about you is going to sell phenomenally. It's going to do what it's supposed to do, but what about your kids? That's why I got all new projects that they can just sit on right now until whatever, whenever, however. You know what I mean? But it's theirs. And at least when something happens, yes, nostalgia will pay, but new things will sell more and they'll be able to sustain themselves.
So you have new music talking about your condition?
Yes. I explained the whole thing from the time I went into the hospital to everything. It's an interesting journey, though. But, I mean,
I
it's
bet
just...
it is.
And it's just the crazy part about it is that my mom died of cancer, right? And this is 3 years ago. Well, 4 now. And then my sister passed 2.5 years ago from surviving cancer. Now, this is the crazy part, right? She fought it for 17 years. Cool. All of a sudden, she goes to work, come home, she's standing in the kitchen talking to my brother. Me, I'm somewhere else with the Geto Boys doing a show in D.C., so I'm getting ready to call home. And when I call home, I find out that she just was in the middle of talking, passed out in the kitchen, but it was a blood clot from the chemo and everything else that they were doing over these 17 years just burst in her brain.
Yeah.
How old are
Just
you
like
now?
that out of nowhere. You know
How
what
old
I'm
are you
saying?
now, Bushwick Bill?
Oh, I'm 52.
52.
I made it to 52 deck of cards, and I want to see if I can start over from 1 again.
Man.
Great spirit. And,
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for coming in and sharing your story with so many people who want to hear from you. And
Yeah,
thank you for
definitely,
doing
man. I
that.
appreciate y'all allowing me to
and
share.
everybody get a checkup.
Yeah, please do, man, because...
And then get a second opinion if you get if you get somebody says you just got a mask on your liver. It's not anything to worry
continue
about.
to get checkups.
But be persistent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Be persistent in checking up, and just realize, man, that
And
a lot
just
of
like
us,
your daughters,
Yeah.
and just like your daughters, take a loved one to the doctor.
Exactly, and you got to remember, just like your car, get an overall, get a full tune-up, balance and rotate everything that's going on in your life. Just check you out instead of how you appear to other people. Care about how you live.
And keep on rolling.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bushwick Bill. Yeah.
I want to thank you, Brother Tom, for allowing me to tell everybody out there to check your pancreatic status.
All right, man. Get ready to wobble.